This is Rebecca, the Steampunk Planner, and I am using my Sarasa Dry gel pen in 0.5. This will give me a nice line without being too skinny. I am doing this with my Sarasa to get my Zentangle settled, or at least graphed. The reason I have chosen the pattern number 227 by Varney Canarney, and yes, I'm surprised I said that on the first go. Anyway, the ink I have chosen for the 31st day of my Inktober is a calligraphy ink. There is a difference when you're using a calligraphy ink to a fountain pen ink, and that difference is the flow. When I speak of a flow of a ink for a fountain pen, it is because I am talking about how fluid or wet, or as in how much water or solution that the company uses to mix the ink. Calligraphy ink is a thicker ink so that it will flow from the nib once dipped, and you are able to do whatever it is you need to create the lettering, design, anything in that respect. Calligraphy ink is going to be often more dense, as in more pigment, and also a lot, as I stated, thicker. Now, not only is this ink that I have chosen thicker, but it also has a fine black glitter to it. So it is not at all fountain pen friendly. The ink I'm speaking of is the Ferris Wheel Press Black Masquerade. It, on the site, it does state not recommended for fountain pens, and I will tell you, you can look back on a different video where I did showcase this ink, and that was in the beginning when I first started doing inks. I did not read the disclaimer on Ferris Wheel Press, and they do say this is not a fountain pen ink. It is a calligraphy ink. So it states on the box that it is premium quality, waterproof, smudge proof or smudge resistant, durable, and light fast. And that's what you want for a calligraphy ink. That is exceptional for a calligraphy ink. And this just is the epitome of gorgeous when we were talking about deep black. Now, you saw a few times there where I could not get this to come down the fountain pen, and yet you can see that my nib on my glass pen is coated. This ink dries quickly. It is not fluid. It is more on what we would call a drier note. And I did not use this in my Kakimori nib because I'm going to be spending, once I set this video up, the next 20 minutes with my nail brush scrubbing this ink off of my glass nib. I dipped it often in the warm water to make sure that I was cleaning it in process, but it still caked my nib. So I recommend, if you are going to be using calligraphy nibs with this ink, to make sure that you have a solution and work often to clean your nibs as you are creating. This concludes October or Inktober for me. I hope you enjoyed. This is Ink 31. Happy Halloween. Have a great evening.